friends, crafters, card makers. It's Jackie Ballheis from Stampin' Stampers. Today we are making the most adorable baby cards. Now they're super easy and it's a perfect card design with a simple stamp set and some dies that you could just make over and over and over, and you can change the colors based on the color of the baby, because we all like, pink or blue or neutral or even twins or triplets. So I think you're gonna like this card. I think it's adorable. I hope you think so too. So let's go ahead, flip the camera down, and let's get started. Alrighty, let's dive into our card for today. Now we're using the Cutest Onesie stamp set, and it also comes with these adorable dies. It's just 3 little pieces. Now we've got quite a few, I call it parts and pieces to this card, but it really is a simple card that anybody could make. Even if you are brand new to card making, I know you could make this one. And I've got lots of tips to share along the way for just general card making as well. So stick with us through the whole thing. So let's set this aside. And I think what we're going to do is first do some stamping, and then we're going to do some die cutting and embossing, and then we can put it all together. So we are using designer series paper to stamp on. Rather than stamping on white like we usually do, we're going to stamp on this, and then we cut it out so it just gives us the super cute little baby onesie. So let's start. We're using pecan pie here, and we're going to do one on that piece. It's balmy blue, and then for this one it's like stripes going up and down or sideways. What do you think? Let's try, we'll go sideways. I tend to overthink things. I could just like think. Now, there's also these couple of extra little pieces in here to add some extra. So let's do, there's the little, opening with some little buttons. And then there's also the little pocket one. So let's put the pocket, we'll do that one there, and then we'll put the pocket over on that one. So there's our 2 onesies that we're going to cut out here in just a second. And then we need the hangers, right? Because we got to hang them. That just adds a little bit. So we're going to use a piece of pecan pie and the little hanger die on that. And then we're going to just make this congratulations. So we got a scrap of basic white here. And then for this one, I have a die. This is out of the Something Fancy dies. I use this one a lot for greetings when they fit because it's so perfect. Now, if you didn't have something like that, you could easily cut this with your trimmer. Just cut it down to size as you need it. So, but we're going to use the die. Let's put our ink away so we don't mess things up. And normally I kind of go off camera to do all the die cutting, but I decided this time I'm going to do it on camera to share some tips with you. Okay, so with the Stampin' Cut Emboss Machine, your base plate tells you exactly how to make your sandwich. So for die cutting, we need our piece underneath. We need our plate. You can see how well used this is. It's getting pretty beat up, but it still works. And then we need 2 clear plates. Now, a little tip I'd like to share with you here. You can see how beat up this one is. I always keep the same plate down on the bottom, and I will try to flip it that way, and then even rotate this way in all different directions. It will make it last longer. And then I keep one that's not all cut up for my top plate. So then when this one gets really, really bad, rather than replacing both plates, I will get rid of this one, move this one down to the bottom, and then start with a brand new fresh one on top. And I just rotate them that way. So that might help you with your plate. They will get cut up. Sometimes they break. They will warp. That's normal. They are made to be used, and the more you use them, they get beat up. So Post-it notes. I always have little Post-it notes right where I do my embossing. It will hold that die, especially when you need it to stay right in a certain place, and it'll hold it in place without sliding around as you run it through the machine. So let's go ahead and run that one through, and let's take that off there. And you can keep reusing that several times until that sticky's gone. So there's our congratulations. Now next, we need 2 hangers. So I have a piece of pecan pie here. Now I'm putting it in the center, and you will see why a little bit later. Now, sometimes I just go forward and backwards. It's a little bit easier on small pieces. And then let's get this one. Oh, that one's stuck. Sometimes they stick. When your plate gets really beat up, little tiny dies will stick to it. This plate's almost getting ready to be replaced. And then if that sticks inside, there's always little holes to poke through. So I always have my take your pick handy when I'm die cutting also to use that end of it. And then the second one, we're gonna do the same thing. Let's go ahead and put that on there, forward, backward. It's easier than just going all the way through. And then we'll pop this one off. Yeah, that's a little bugger sticking on there, isn't it? Okay, and we'll get that one out. So there's our two hangers. Okay, this is gonna be so cute. I can't wait to share it with you. Like I said, this plate's getting pretty beat up. Let's go ahead and flip it that way. And then we're going to do our onesie. And again, for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and use that Post-it note to make sure I have it lined up right where I need it. That looks pretty good right there. Use our top plate. Top plate too, I try to flip over. So one way and then flip it the other way. That'll help it from warping. And then let's see. There is, oh, isn't it so sweet? There's that one. And then let's see. That's a 6x6 piece, but it still will fit on there, won't it? And let's go ahead and get that one lined up. This also helps when you're die cutting to make your plates last a little bit longer. If you can not always go in the middle. I tend to always go in the middle. So if you can kind of bring it over to the side just a little bit like that, and try to use the whole plate for a cutting surface. Oh, it's stuck to that one. Okay, so let's see. There's our second little onesie. Let's see, we have our two hangers, our two onesies, and our greeting. Now, before we put the machine away here, we are going to emboss one of our layers. So for embossing, now with the 3D embossing folders, again, when you read your platform, it's going to tell you we don't use the thin piece underneath. We're going to use just the platform. We are going to stick our piece inside. The folders are always meant to have the Stampin' Up go upward. That's going to be the top of it. So if you, for whatever reason, want to know what side the best embossing side is, it's always the side that comes out of the plate with that top. And then we're going to use the specialty plate. So no clear plates on this one, nothing. And these don't warp or wear out, so you can use them over and over and over. And let's get our emboss piece. Now, I cannot remember the name of that folder, but make sure to check the blog post that goes with this video. The link will be down in the video description, and I'll have a list of all the supplies and colors and all that jazz that I used. Okay, I think we are ready to put our card together. So the first thing we're gonna do is take our little hangers. Now this is really cool. I was so excited when I discovered this. When you die cut, there is actually a little slit there. So you can bring that hanger up from the back and pull it up just like so. Isn't that so cute? Okay. And then what I found works the easiest is I just take a little piece of Scotch tape and I'm going to put it on the back side here just to hold that hanger in place. So it'll stay right there because I'm going to put these up on dimensionals. And so if I just stuck it through there, it would slide out or get lost on me. So let's see, where's our little slit? Come on. There we go. Okay, so let's pop that one up in there. Grab a little piece of Scotch tape. Okay, so here is our piece of basic white then, and we're going to go ahead now and stick some dimensionals on the back of this. Because it's designer series paper, I tend to put a few more than I normally do because it's so soft and it'll sag down in there really easy. And then we're going to go ahead and stick one right there. And then let's do the second one. Now you probably wouldn't have to put that Scotch tape if you strategically placed your dimensionals on the back to hold that hanger in place. As I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, that would work too. Okay, so then this one, we're gonna go ahead and just put it at a little angle. We'll put that one about like so. And then we're gonna add our congratulations. Now, like I said at the beginning, this little stamp set is so adorable, and you could make these in pink or green or yellow or blue. Actually, I have a couple other samples I'll share with you. It would be fun, like for twins. You could, put two different colors to represent the twins. mean, the ideas are endless. So let's go ahead. We're just going to add congratulations on there. And then we're going to stick this on a piece of pecan pie for a backing. Remember when I cut the hangers, I cut them in the center. This piece was already cut to size. And by doing that, I didn't waste any cardstock. So there's a little tip anytime you're doing any kind of die cutting or punching. Do it out of the middle of your layering pieces. Now, you will find the sizes, all the sizes that I cut everything over on that blog post as well. So make sure to go check that out. Again, the link will be down in the video description. So there is that piece. Now we need to get our card base. So once again, I just want to share a tip with you. If you're using basic white for your card, I tend to use the basic white thick. My pieces that I cut out in my layering are the regular basic white, but the basic white thick, it's thicker and it's a lot nicer for a card base. Now, normally I have the card bases all cut before I start, but I decided I wanted to just share a little trick with you. If you are doing a lot of card making, 8.5 by 11, you can actually score once and cut once for 2 bases. So we're going to score, make sure you use the right blade here, at 4 1/4, the long way. And then we're going to flip it around and cut it at 5 1/2. And now we have 2 card bases. Now, I don't always score my cardstock, but it really does give you a better fold, and especially with that thick. With the thick, I always score it because otherwise it's tough to fold it and get a nice edge. And then I always use a bone folder, get that nice, really crisp edge on there. And then we're almost done with our card. Now, it seems like we did a lot. We stamped, we die cut, we embossed, but once you put this together, in all reality, this is a really simple card, and it's a fun little layout. Now, before I put the rest of this together, let me find my other pieces here. I had everything pre-cut, so there's that. My layout for this card actually came from template number 6 in our template book. So in here, there's 48 different card layouts with all the dimensions and cutting. I tell you, I use this all the time. I know many of you have this, so if you do, this one is on page 5. Otherwise, if you struggle with card layouts, make sure you check out that book. Link will be down in the video description as well. We have it for sale over on our website, but it is a handy dandy resource. Every time I go to make a card, I grab it, I flip through. You know, if I know what stamps I'm going to use, I'll start just flipping through and looking at different layouts to say, which one will work for the stamps I'm using, which is exactly what I did here. I thought, okay, this is going to be a very small focal image. So what layout will really make this pop and work with that? See, there's our little hangers in the back, but nobody's going to see that once we stick this onto our card. So let's do that like so. And we're going to just put that right there like so. And there you go. There is our cute little baby card. Now let me show you a couple other versions that I made. Actually, they're exactly the same. I just used different designer series paper. So there's our pink version. And I just added the yellow and green on there. And then here I thought, let's do a little bit bolder colors. So we used Coastal Cabana and Azure Afternoon, I think. But you can see, exact same card. It is in different embossing folders. It is the perfect card to make a stash of or whip up quickly when you need a baby card. So thanks for watching, friends. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to us. Check the blog post. I'll have all the details, the list of supplies. And if you'd like to order any of these products, I truly appreciate it when you select me to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Again, all that information is in the video description and the blog post. So thanks for watching, and I hope you learned some tips. We shared a lot of stamping tips today. So we'll be stamping again real soon. Have a stamp happy day.